What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is going to be what I like to call a roundup style of video. It's kind of like a shopping guide, so to speak. What I do is I pick a very trendy category where I see a lot of brands launching products in that particular category. Over the past couple of months, I ask you guys which of those products you are interested in, which are the ones that you want me to sort of compare and contrast, and then I create like a shopping guide, so to speak, so you guys can understand what are the differences between these products, which is going to be the one that's right for you, which is the one that is worth your money. So I spend my money so you don't have to. I did this recently with cream bronzers. You guys really liked that video. And then I also did it with kind of like moisturizing satin lipsticks back in the spring. So I will link those two videos down below. Today's category, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video and the thumbnail, is going to be glowy products. All of these products are kind of like glowy primers, glowy oils, highlighter hybrids, glowy skincare hybrids. I feel like a lot of brands have been launching these over the past couple of months, and even myself, I wasn't really sure like what's the difference between all of these products. So I've done all the work for you guys. We're gonna be going through what are 9 shimmery glowy products that you all requested. I'm gonna pop them into different categories, and by the end of this, you're gonna have a good idea about which one might be worth your money. So if that sounds of interest to you, then keep watching. And if this is your first time here, maybe you found me in a Google search or browsing YouTube, then welcome. My name is Sophia, and this is my channel where we talk about all things beauty and luxury. Every single week I upload content and all the newest beauty releases. So if you are a makeup lover or also a luxury lover, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button to join the channel because we have so much fun over here. And if you want, you can also click the notification bell to hear about every time I upload a new video. This video is a long time coming. These videos take me a very long time to make because I do a lot of swatches, comparisons. I've tested all of these products out for a couple of weeks now. So do your girl a favor here and give me a big thumbs up if you like this style of video. Also, I'll link everything that I mentioned in this video in the description box down below, as well as everything that is on my face. Most of my links are affiliate links, so if you like this video and you want to support my channel, shopping through those links, it's a really great way to support my channel at no additional cost to you. And with that, let's get into it. So like I said in the beginning, friends, I'm going to be breaking these 9 products up into different categories, and the first category that I have here is essentially shimmer oils. These are products that they're not serumy, they're not creamy, they are oily. If you have oily skin, run away from these products. They're gonna have a very oily texture with a shimmery effect. And the first product in this category that I have tested out is this one from Cali Ray. These are the Cali Ray Just Add Rays Glow Boosting Drops. These retail for $34, and they are described as a clean bronzing oil for visibly juicy, toned, and satiny skin with a lightweight luminosity that gives a nourishing glow across skin tones and types. And some of the highlighted ingredients here are walnut oil, sunflower oil, Brazil nut oil, and also vitamin E. So as you can see here from the highlighted ingredients, there's a lot of oils. This is, out of all the products that we're gonna talk about today, like the runniest, the oiliest. It has a very strong tropical scent. If you do not like strong scents, you need to run away from this. This is also not for my oily skin gals. I do think that you can apply this product to the body. If you have oily skin, it could be kind of like a body shimmer oil, but just know, you guys will see from the demo, this is a very oily product. And I must say, this is, unfortunately, as much as I like Cali Ray as a brand, this is probably like my least favorite product that I'm going to talk about today. And it's my least favorite product from Cali Ray. I like pretty much all of the other products that I have tried from this brand. In addition to the scent being very strong, I don't love the experience of putting on this product. It's so runny that I often have to try not to make a mess when I'm applying it. I also think that it just doesn't give as much shimmer as I would like, and I think that's because it is very runny. If you have a thicker product, that shimmer that goes onto the face, it's going to have a bit of a more opaque shine, if that makes sense. I was hoping for this to not only be glowy, but also kind of bronze my face up. But once again, you guys will see from the demo, like, I don't think this adds that much bronziness to my face. I was thinking maybe this would be like the Drunk Elephant D Bronzy Drops, but that's actually more of a gel formula. I would say that product, if you guys have ever tried that product, I haven't tried it in years, but I tried it when it first came out. That really does kind of bronze up the face. That would be great if you have oily skin and you were sort of looking for something, you know, bronzy and shimmery. But with this, I just kind of have a hard time with the application. I'm also a little bit concerned that it is like peeling off my sunscreen. Now, the one thing I do think this is good for is mixing it in with other foundations. If you kind of want to like juice up a matte foundation, or if you want to mix this with the Cali Ray Skin Tint, which is a little bit more of like a matter formula, love that skin tint. It actually looks really good. Every time that I mix those two together and I'm kind of not really sure about it, I put it on my face and it ends up looking beautiful. Like, I'll show you guys a clip of how it looks like. I cannot deny that it looks beautiful, but it's also just like a lot of work. It's an extra step. So who is this for? Bottom line, this is if you have dry skin, you want a tropical experience, and you just want maybe a little bit of glow, or you want to use it on your body, or you want to sort of juice up a matte foundation. That's who I think this is for. If you have oily skin, run away. If you don't like super oily, runny textures, run away from the Cali Ray Just Add Rays. The next item in the shimmer oil category that I have is this one from Skin Glass. This is the Skin Glass Highlighting Face Oil, and I have this in the color Champagne. As of right now, they have 6 shades available on their website, and this retails for $38. On the Skin Glass website, it says Skin Glass highlighting oils are super versatile and made with sensitive skin in mind, using the most nourishing oils for your skin, including jojoba, neem, and grapeseed oil. Skincare plus highlighting in one unique formula. Like the Cali Ray, this one also is straight up oil and shimmer, but I actually really prefer this. This is a really beautiful product, and the reason for that is because this is much more opaque. It is molten shimmer, and when you get it on the skin, it gives a really beautiful shimmery effect. I also really like the fact that this comes in 6 shades, so depending on your skin tone, you can kind of get a different look. They have a bronzy color, they've got, I think, a rose gold color. I have the champagne one. This is the best for sort of my fair skin. How do I like to wear this? I actually like to wear this just by itself as a really beautiful, glowy, sort of no makeup kind of look. I think that this is just a little bit too oily for me to be adding to my foundation. I rather just go for a more moisturizing foundation than add this in. You guys will see from the demo, this looks beautiful just on fresh skin. If you don't have time to get ready in the morning, maybe you gotta jump on some Zoom calls, maybe you gotta take your kids to school, you just don't have time, you gotta get to work, but you just want sort of like a nice glow to your skin, you can pop this baby on and it will make you look beautiful, fresh face. I think it's great for the summer. Now, like I said, I don't really like to mix this into foundations, but what I do think it works really well with is with really super light skin tints or like tinted moisturizers. One of my favorite combos is pairing this with the Chanel Water Fresh tint. I got that product around the same time, so I said, you know, I'll mix these and see what happens. Let me show you a clip of what this looks like. It looks really beautiful. So if you have something that is super lightweight, I think mixing this with that, or sort of applying this and then putting something like the Chanel Water Fresh on top, it looks beautiful. Let me show you guys a quick comparison of what this looks like up against the Cali Ray. So I've got the Skin Glass on the left and the Cali Ray on the right. The Skin Glass is more opaque. It has a lot more shimmer than the Cali Ray, which you will see it's runnier. It has kind of that very distinct bronzy brownie color, and it just doesn't give the same sort of illumination that you get from the Skin Glass. Bottom line for the North Face Skin Glass, this is my go-to shimmer oil for a beautiful kind of no makeup look, or for a really light glowy kind of look mixed into a very light kind of foundation. On to the next category, friends. So category number 2 is what I am calling priming serums. The next 3 products that I'm going to talk about, they all have a very kind of skincare-y, serum-y, or gel-like texture. They're all very lightweight. I think that these would be great for all different skin types, whether you're looking for a little bit of hydration or you have oilier skin, because they just are very lightweight. Also, from a shimmery perspective, from a glowy perspective, these are a little more subtle. They're very lightweight. They can be put on under makeup or mixed into makeup. So that is my category, priming serums. Let's talk about the first product. The first priming serum that I'm gonna talk about is this one from Natasha Denona. This is the High Gen Skin Glass. This retails for a whopping $48. It's pretty pricey. And it is described as a glass skin serum rich in antioxidants that acts as a primer to hydrate the skin. This primer serum has a moisturizing, lightweight texture that delivers a natural-looking, transparent glass skin effect. It includes a special peptide that provides energizing effects on the skin. So this is Natasha Denona coming in and making a really big skincare push. She's trying to sort of expand the categories that she offers, and I think this was a really smart way to do this. From a glow perspective, the cosmetic effect of this is very subtle, but what I think is special about this is that the shimmers that are in this product, they're very multi-dimensional. They're almost kind of like duochromy in a way. It's very different up against all of the other shimmery products that I'm talking about in this video. And when it goes on the skin, it gives a very hydrated, dewy, and sort of blurred effect to the skin. I would say the best thing about this is the texture. Like, the texture is just so divine. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting this to be maybe more oily to start, but when I first used this product, I couldn't believe how just yummy and delicious it feels on the skin. This is not oily at all. In fact, I think it has a similar texture to the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin products. If you guys are a fan of those, this is very similar in texture to that, maybe a little bit more runny. It does have a subtle scent, but I must say, I really like the scent. I'm not usually into scents in my skincare, and I don't really like them in my foundations, but for whatever reason, I really like the scent of this one. Because this is marketed as a skincare primer, I don't usually mix this into foundations. Instead, I really just use it as a primer. I use it as a primer if I know I'm going to be going for maybe something more matte, or if my skin's looking a little dry. I did pick this up. I think this came out maybe at the beginning of the summer or in the spring. So I haven't worn this during the winter yet, but I am really excited to see if it helps improve the moisture of my skin when I go in with my makeup during those super dry months in New England. Now, because this is marketed as skincare, I did take a look at the ingredients, and from what I can gather, it seems like Natasha Denona has partnered with another company called Symrise that specializes in skincare formulations. Taking a look at the ingredients here, they have a couple of branded formulations. The first one is called Sim Control. This reduces the shiny appearance of the T-zone and balances the sebum of the skin. The main ingredient here is Tetraselmis Susica extract, and this is proven to be an excellent antioxidant. It reduces sebum overproduction, it soothes the skin, and strengthens the skin barrier. The other proprietary formulation that this company has is called Hydroviton. This restores the skin capacity to retain water products from evaporation and dryness. And when I looked up this formulation, it looks like it's basically a collection of conditioning ingredients. A lot of hydration here. We have ingredients that help with the overproduction of sebum. So if you are dry, if you're oily, if you're combo, I think that this is basically supposed to help balance all of that out. Now, in the product description, you probably heard that this contains a special peptide. When I looked into this, it does say that there is nonapeptide 1, which potentially helps regulate the production of melanin. I don't know, guys. There wasn't a lot of research behind this. Nothing that I would really put a lot of stock into. So if you were really counting on that peptide to help your skin, I probably wouldn't buy this product for that. For the most part, I think there's some pretty legit skincare in here. I don't know about the peptide, but I think that this could be potentially really beneficial for your skin and could just be, in general, a nice skincare serum that you could add to your morning routine. Now, I want to show you guys a comparison of this product up against the Skin Glass product from Norface that I just talked about. I know there was some drama about this because they're both called Skin Glass, but I want to show you guys that these products, they are very, very different, at least in my mind. The texture is completely different. The Natasha Denona, like I said, it has that very hydrating serum-like feel. It's not as glowy. The one from Norface, it is a shimmer oil. It's very oily, as you heard from some of the ingredients, the walnut oil, the jojoba oil, and it has a very different, like, molten, shimmery kind of look to the skin. I like that for what it is. That's kind of my preferred shimmer oil, as I just mentioned. The Natasha Denona, this is very much like a primer. This is a primer that I would wear under my makeup, whereas the one from Norface, it's more like an addition to a skin tint or just worn on its own. At least that's my preference. Bottom line with the Natasha Denona, I think that this is a nice primer if you're looking for something that's very hydrating. Personally, for me, I don't gravitate towards moisturizing primers because I kind of just always go back to the question of, why don't I just get a better moisturizer? Why don't I just invest in my skin prep? And by the time that I'm going to put on my foundation, I already have, 2 layers layers of sunscreen that are very set down. And at that point, I usually don't feel like I need more moisture. I will go in with more of like a smoothing primer, something that'll help my makeup last. But if you like moisturizing primers, or you just want a new, nice serum in your skincare routine before you go in with your makeup, then I think that is who this is for. But I bring these things up because this is really expensive. So just ask yourself, do I really need this, or can I just stick with my regular skincare to prime my skin for makeup? Next up is a product that many of you requested I include in this video. This is by Saie Beauty. This is the Saie Glowy Super Gel. This retails for $28. I actually have the mini here, so the full size is much bigger than this. The full size retails for $28, and it is described as an illuminating gel-based luminizer made of 75% water that can be mixed with skincare, foundation, or worn alone for a fresh, dewy look. The Glowy Super Gel highlighter works with fewer shimmery powders, so it's less strobe, more lit from within. And some of the highlighted ingredients are plant-derived glycerin, vitamin C, and rosehip seed oil. Like the description would suggest, this is pretty subtle. It gives you that lit from within kind of look, and the shimmers within this are very fine. It gives kind of a very light, frosty kind of look to the skin. In fact, many times I put this on my face and I don't even really notice a difference, and then I look at my hands that I used to rub the product in, and I'm like, oh, wow, that is very glowy. It gives a very ethereal kind of look to the skin. I think that's a really good word to describe it. Now, this product has a gel texture, so I think out of all of the ones in this category, this is the one that's going to be best for oily skin. I'll be honest, friends, when I wear this one as a primer and I put like sort of a medium coverage foundation on top, I really don't notice that much of a difference. The other day I put it on half of my face and not on the other half, and then I did my makeup, and I really don't see that much of a difference. I think where this really shines is, number one, if you're wearing it alone. Number two, if you're wearing it with more of like a skin tint, a tinted moisturizer, something that's lighter, or if you're going to mix it into your foundation just to give that foundation a little bit of a glowy boost, especially if it's a foundation that doesn't already have kind of like a glowy sort of radiant finish to begin with. Looking at the ingredients, this doesn't have as much skincare as the Natasha Denona. I'll show you guys a side-by-side of these products so you can see the difference. The Saie is a little thicker and the color is different. I have the shade Star Glow, but there is one shade darker that has kind of more of a warmer undertone, just so you guys know. The Natasha Denona is definitely more of a serum as opposed to a gel, and the pigments in that, they're more multi-dimensional, whereas the Saie, I think that you're getting a bit more of an opaque shimmer, even though it is subtle, and it has kind of like a frosty look. I do think that this lighter shade, Star Glow, it's probably going to be too frosty. If you have a tanner complexion, I would definitely recommend going to the other shade. Bottom line for the Saie Glowy Super Gel, I think that this product does exactly what it claims. It's for somebody who isn't looking for like a ton of skincare or a ton of moisturizing effects, but you just want a beautiful, subtle, lit from within glow. Something that you're gonna wear with really light coverage products on top, or that you're gonna mix into a product that maybe you just wanna get a little bit more glow for the day. Next, we have the product that is probably the newest on this list, and this is by Fenty Beauty. This is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. This retails for $34, and it says on Sephora, this all-over visible glow enhancer has a lightweight sheer formula that visibly hydrates, brightens, and reduces pores immediately and all day. And some of the ingredients that are marketed are prickly pear extract and sodium hyaluronate, which is just hyaluronic acid, to help with instant all-day hydration. There's pomegranate peel extract, which I'm guessing is an antioxidant. It says to help brighten instantly and over time. And then there's milk thistle extract to help reduce the look of pores instantly and all day. I was really excited to try this product, not only because it looked beautiful in the marketing photos, but also I love the Fenty Ease Drop skin tint. It's one of my favorite skin tints in addition to the Cali Ray. So I thought this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna go great with my skin tint. I must say, guys, I kind of just think that this product is a little bit overpriced. This is pretty subtle. I don't see that much of a difference when I use this and when I don't use it. I also did a side-by-side of the two colors that I got. I got the two lightest colors, Pink Pearl and Taffy Topaz, and I will show you guys a clip of me applying each of these. I compared them side by side, and I can't really tell the difference cards when I look in the sunlight, when I look in the mirror. When I swatch them on my hand, I definitely can tell the difference. You know, if you are cooler in tone, I think that pink pearl is good. If you have a warmer undertone, I think that taffy topaz is gonna be great. But in general, once they get on my skin, they don't really make that much of a difference. You know, I was really curious and I took a look at the Sephora reviews, and I did notice that a lot of folks were saying the same thing. Like, they just didn't feel like this was worth it. I think that because this has kind of like that serum-y, almost gel-like texture, it kind of blends away into nothing. Like, the shimmer is there, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not sure if it's worth the $34 price tag. I also dove into the ingredients list, and all those ingredients that I just mentioned to you guys, they're at the bottom of the list. So it's like, you're not really getting that much skincare. You're not really getting that much glow. I was a bit disappointed by this. I do want to show you guys a side-by-side of what this looks like up against the Natasha Denona Skin Glass Serum. These have a pretty similar texture. The Natasha Denona is runnier, but when you put them on the skin, it does have that really kind of nice, juicy, I know I keep using the word yummy, but yummy texture. Once again, the Natasha Denona, the shimmer is more multi-dimensional. It's a little more interesting than what you're getting from the Fenty. I will also show you a comparison of the Fenty versus the Saie Glowy Super Gel. They're pretty similar. I think that the Fenty is more serum-like in texture. I also think that the Fenty is more moisturizing for the Saie. If you're kind of choosing between them, the Saie is more of a gel-like texture, probably better if you're oily or combo. The Fenty, whenever I put them on my arm and I compare them and I kind of let them dry down, when I go to touch the Fenty, it has more of a hydrated, juicy kind of feel to the skin. So I definitely think that even though the active ingredients are lower on the list, this is still nicely hydrating to the skin. In general, I prefer the Saie to the Fenty just because it has more pigment. I think that the shimmers are more interesting. It's a little bit more of, I guess you can say, a sophisticated shimmer. I just like the look better. And if you're wondering about moisturizing effects, I would say Natasha Denona, most moisturizing, Fenty would be next, and then the Saie would be last. None of these are drying, but just in case you're wondering, that's kind of how I would rank them. Bottom line for the Fenty, unfortunately, you know, this is not a bad product. I just personally don't feel like it is worth it. The skincare isn't that groundbreaking. I'm not getting as much pigment and glow than I want, and it's more expensive than the Saie and some of the other products that I'm going to be talking about in this video. We're on to our last category, friends. This is category number 3, and this is the category that I am calling highlighting fluids. These are not oily. They don't have a serum-y texture. They don't have a gel-based texture. These have a creamier texture, whether it be more runny or thick. And these are the products in this roundup that have more pigment. If you're looking for something that gives a lot more of a glow, something that when you mix into your products, it gives just a little more oomph, or something that you want to use as a highlighter on top of your makeup at the end to kind of give that beautiful highlighting glow, these are the products that you want to pay attention to. The first product that I'm going to talk about is a luxury item. This is not new, but this is a product that I discovered recently this year. This is from Chanel, and this is called the Chanel Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid. I have it in the color Pearly Glow. I do believe it comes in one other color for folks who are a little bit more on like the tanner side or have a yellow undertone. This is rather expensive. It's Chanel. It retails for $48, and on the Chanel website, it is described as a water light liquid face highlighter that provides up to 8 hours of wear and illuminates skin with a delicate, dewy finish. I was kind of on the fence about whether to include this in the other category because what you guys will see from the product close-ups is that this is a very runny, textured product, but the reason that it's in this category is because it's not serum-y, it's not gel-like, and Chanel isn't really touting a bunch of skincare effects with this. In fact, one of the reasons why I like this product is that it's just a beautiful product. It's just makeup. It doesn't need to be skincare to be good. That's what I like about this. Like, it just does a great job being a beautiful illuminating product. Because this is so runny, I personally like to use this as a nice glowy base or just kind of mixed into thicker foundations. The foundations that I usually like to mix this kind of stuff into, by the way, would be like the Lisa Eldridge foundation, the Lancome Teint Idole. Those are some of my kind of thicker, more matte types of foundations, and this just looks so stunning if you want to add just like a little extra extra boost of glow. This has a decent amount of pigment, but I do really like the beautiful subtlety that this gives. It has such a beautiful pearlescent finish. In fact, I thought it would be really interesting to compare this up against the Saie. It's very difficult to show the differences between these products because they look really similar swatched. So I'll do my best to describe what I feel like the differences are. On the left, you have the Chanel, and on the right, you have the Saie. The Saie has that gel-like texture, so it's not going to be as runny. And also due to the skincare that's added in, I also feel like it's more moisturizing. It feels a little bit more like skincare, and that's how it's marketed. The Chanel it's hard to see this in the swatches, but it does provide a little bit more pigment and glow. The Saie tends to blend away a little bit more. That being said, I still think that the Saie is kind of like a pretty good affordable dupe to the Chanel. Between the two, I prefer the Chanel. I don't know what it is about this, guys. I think it's just because it is slightly more pigmented, but I love this. I think both of them are very sophisticated and subtle. If you're someone that you love that beautiful kind of chic subtlety of Chanel, and I know many of you do, but you don't want to pay the $48 for this, start off with the mini of the Saie, see how you like it, and maybe you can graduate to the Chanel. I just really like this. I think it's a beautiful product. The Saie, it's a really close second. Bottom line for the Chanel highlighting fluid, I like this for something more luxurious that is subtle, but I still can actually notice. Something that I like to use as a nice glowy base, or I can mix into my thicker or matte foundations. We all knew this product was going to be in this video. We have to have this product in this video. You guys know what this is. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This retails for $46, so almost as much as the Chanel. And this comes in a whopping 12 shades. And not only does it come in 12 shades, but it also comes in minis, which I think is fantastic. And this is described as a complexion booster that blurs, smooths, and illuminates for a real-life filter effect. This is a bestseller and a widely adored product. It is thicker than the Chanel. I would say this and the other two that we're going to talk about in just a second. In general, they're just thicker products and they come in different packaging. This comes with a doe foot applicator. I feel like most of us are pretty familiar with this. It's a thick, chunky doe foot, so you can use this in a lot of different ways. And that's what I think this product is good for, is something that is a multitasker. I remember when this first came out, everyone was like, what is this? Is it a highlighter? Is it a primer? Is it a mixing agent? It's really all of those things. You can use this for so many different things, and it's not so thick that it's not blendable enough. It doesn't mix well with other things, but it's also not so runny that when you go to use it as a highlighter on top of your makeup, it's going to disturb the foundation and the other products that are underneath. I think what was very unique about this when it first came out is that it's not glittery. Like, it's not super shimmery. It just gives a really beautiful glow. So it is something that you could smear all over your face or mix into your foundation and you're not going to look like a disco ball. Like the Chanel, this really doesn't tout any major skincare benefits. It's just a nice highlighting fluid. Like, it's just a good product. It's just makeup. You'll notice with Charlotte Tilbury, she's definitely gone down that kind of skincare fusion kind of route now. But at least when this came out, I feel like that wasn't so much of a trend. So we're not getting any like major skincare benefits from this. I do want to show you guys the difference of this up against the Chanel. Now, the Charlotte Tilbury, much thicker product. The Chanel, it's more fluidy, it's more liquidy. The Charlotte Tilbury is more opaque, and it also is less glittery. Like the Chanel has kind of a pearly, shimmery kind of texture, whereas this, it's just that more opaque, glowy kind of tone. Bottom line for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for a superstar youth glow, I think this is a great product. It is a classic. I love that it comes in so many shades. This is the most accessible product that we're going to be talking about today in terms of like a shade range and different skin tones. So I love that about this. I think this is great for the person that's looking for something super multi-purpose. You really don't care about any kind of skincare benefits, etc. Do I think that it's kind of overpriced though? Yes, I do. And we're going to talk about that with the next product. I managed to get my hands on this, friends. I was late to the party on this product. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This retails for $14 and it is described as a full-size multi-purpose liquid glow booster infused, of course, with skin-loving ingredients to give your complexion a soft focus social filter effect, IRL, which for those of you who don't know means in real life. The two ingredients that this product boasts are squalane, which moisturizes the skin, and also hyaluronic acid, which hydrates the skin. Moisturizes the skin, hydrates the skin. I thought that those were the same thing, but apparently on the e.l.f. website, they are different. The skincare aspect of this is pretty weak. Like squalane and hyaluronic acid, they're not very expensive ingredients. You're probably getting them somewhere else in your skincare routine, like glycerin or niacinamide. I feel like a lot of these companies, they're just kind of making a really good product and then they're like, let's get some skincare and chuck it in there. These aren't bad. I like the addition of these ingredients, but they're also not groundbreaking, so just kind of keep that in mind. Like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, this is very multi-purpose. It comes in very similar packaging. You can use it as a primer, you can mix it with your foundation, you can put it on top as a highlighter. It is very opaque. It gives a really beautiful, nice, non-glimmery shimmer. I also like that it comes in 8 shades. There's kind of something for everyone. At the moment, the fairer shades are very hard to find. Like I said, I was kind of late to the party on this one. It kind of blew up in social media. I'm not a big drugstore gal, not because I don't like drugstore makeup, but I just like, I'm not familiar, don't know how to navigate it. Like I don't really pay attention to the launches, but a lot of you guys requested that I include this in this video. I managed to get my hands on the shade Fair. Yes, the shade Fair. This is the lightest shade. So I love that there's 8 shades. I think that is great. Now, the obvious thing that we need to talk about is how does this compare up against the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter? I will show you guys a side-by-side of these swatched on my hand, and I'll tell you, I cannot tell the difference between these products. I can't tell the difference. They look the same. I even did a test where I wore the e.l.f. on one side of my face and the Charlotte Tilbury on the other side of my face. I could not tell you the difference. Maybe the e.l.f. is a little bit more hydrating because you've got that squalane and hyaluronic acid. So if you have dry skin, maybe go for the e.l.f. But it's really negligible. Like, I think that this is a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have not watched any of the reviews about this product, so this is my completely unbiased opinion. I think this is great. In fact, I'm pretty sure my Charlotte Tilbury one, it's like, I don't know, it might be expired by this point, guys. I'm probably gonna throw that one out or maybe replace it with a mini for just sort of review and comparison purposes, and then just use up this one from e.l.f. because this is great. I also think that the shade Fair matches up very well with the shade 2 that I have from Charlotte Tilbury. So just in case you're kind of trying to match up the shades, I think both of them, they have kind of like that peachy undertone to them. Bottom line for this, same thoughts that I had about the Charlotte Tilbury, very multi-purpose. If you want something that's kind of like a 3-in-1 or a 4-in-1, this is going to be great, especially if you want it to be more opaque and pigmented. But in addition to that, this is super affordable. So I would recommend this over the Charlotte Tilbury unless you're a diehard Charlotte Tilbury fan or you like the packaging more. You know, I would just go with this because it's only 14 bucks. We're down to the last product. This is product number 9. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I hope you've been enjoying this. And this product, I was late to the game on this. I was mad late to the game on this. And I am kicking myself that I didn't try this until earlier this summer. This product is from Auric. This is Samantha Ravndal's brand. I love watching her videos, by the way. I've been watching them for a while. This is the Auric Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer. Auric is a luxury brand, so this retails for $45. It's kind of in the same price point as like the Charlotte Tilbury or the Chanel. This also comes in a couple of shades. Right now it comes in 8 shades. It seems like she's kind of slowly extending that range. And on the Auric website, it says, packed with ultra-fine pearl and skin-loving mix of squalane, glycerin, and porcelain flower, this artistry-grade adjustable formula gives you instant radiance and hydration. It can be worn alone, blended with your favorite skincare, or use as a highlighter on top of foundation. First off, can we just talk about the absolutely like stunning packaging? This is my favorite packaging out of all of the 9 that we're talking about today. I wish you could feel how like weighty and like luxurious this is. It's wonderful. I also think that because it's glass, you can recycle it. I remember Samantha talking about how, you know, she really wanted her brand to be a luxury brand and she wanted that to be reflected in the packaging and the quality of the pump. I love the gold dripping down the side because Auric is, I think it means of or related to gold, something along those lines. So this comes in a pump bottle, unlike the last 2 that we talked about. But what's really interesting about this and why I love it so much is that this is the thickest formula that we're talking about today. And maybe that's not for everybody, but I love how pigmented it is. I was not expecting this. I was just so pleasantly surprised when I first tried this product. It's very pigmented, and for that reason, it really like covers up your imperfections, almost like foundation would, but in a very glowy, like radiant kind of way. I will stress, like this packs a punch. Like this is very opaque, and choosing the right shade is going to be rather important. The shade that works well for my skin tone is this one. It's called Selenite. But then I also have this one, which is called Sunstone. I will show you guys a clip of me applying Sunstone. You'll notice it makes me look very tan, maybe a little bit too tan. You know, if I had a spray tan or something, I think this would be perfect. But I love this for kind of mixing it into other products to give it a little bit more of like a summertime glow, so to speak. As you can see, I'm just glowing with my ghostliness here on camera. I also like to mix these two to kind of get my perfect concoction, like the perfect shade for the look that I'm going for in the moment. Similar to the Charlotte Tilbury and the e.l.f. Halo Glow, this doesn't have any glitter in it. It's just a really beautiful illuminating shimmer, and it really sticks to the skin. Like it really is artistry grade. In fact, this kind of reminded me of more so of like body makeup, like long lasting but also hydrating body makeup. If you guys have ever tried, I have it right here. This is the Fenty Body Sauce. It kind of reminded me of this in the fact that like it's not very transfer proof. It really sticks to the skin and stays there. I'll show you guys a side-by-side comparison of these two products. They're not the same. Like the Arc is definitely thicker and a little bit more opaque, but they do have a similar finish. And as I mentioned, they both have that sort of unique longevity for something that you don't want it to budge. It really sticks to your skin very well. So they're not exact, but if you're somebody where like you like to put the Fenty Body Sauce on your face, like I did, then the Auric is probably gonna be a little bit more like skincare friendly version of that. I will also show you a comparison of the Auric up against the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. The difference here is, once again, the Auric is thicker and it's more opaque. The colors are a bit similar though, which I was kind of surprised by, and they're both not glittery. This is great if you want something more opaque, covers up more imperfections. In fact, I actually like to take this and just smear it on my under eyes and kind of the rosacea that I have on the tops of my cheeks, and I really feel almost like a color corrector. It kind of blurs everything out, and then I will go in with my concealer on top, and it really brightens up the eyes. Bottom line, this is for somebody that wants something that is more pigmented, makes the most difference, and is the longest lasting, but you still want something that's going to be very multi-purpose. This one is also, like I mentioned, my favorite packaging, and it's the one that makes me feel the most confident. All right, friends, I hope that you have been enjoying this roundup video. I'm just gonna sum up everything, letting you guys know, out of all 9 of these products, which are the ones that are my favorite, which are the ones that I recommend. And my favorite, if you couldn't tell, is the Auric Glow Lust. I love this product. I can't stop using it since I got it. I like most of the products that we talked about today, probably all of them, unfortunately, other than the Cali Ray. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, but the Auric is my favorite. I like something that gives a more noticeable effect. Like if I'm going to use this and do the extra step, I wanted to make a difference. And I like that I can take this and I can use it for a couple of different purposes in my makeup routine. If you are looking for something more subtle, my favorite is the Chanel. I would say if you don't want to pay this price, check out the Saie Glowy Super Gel, because that one is lovely as well. But there's just something about this highlighting fluid that I really like. This is my favorite. If you want something, once again, just a little bit more subtle, you don't want to be like too glowy, I would go for the Chanel. And finally, if this is a category that you really haven't dipped your toes into, or maybe you're just a little bit more price conscious, totally get it, I would recommend the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is a really great product. This is the one that I'm wearing on my face today, by the way. Put it all over my under eyes and also on the cheeks so you guys can kind of see that illumination and that brightness. This is my third favorite one that I recommend, especially if you are on a budget. And the roundup is complete. I hope that you guys like this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to give your girl here a big thumbs up. These videos always take me a really long time to make, and I enjoy your support. Once again, all these products will be linked down below with my affiliate links. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button to join the fam. And if you're not sure, head on over to my channel page and take a look at the other products that I've reviewed recently. I put out at least 3 videos a week, and a lot of those are reviews of new releases and fun roundup videos like this. And finally, guys, I need you to sound off in the comments down below. Which of these products are your favorite? Have you tried any of these? And help me out, because I want to know what is the next roundup video that you guys want to see. Should I do matte lipsticks? Should I do a certain category of foundations? Should we do like a certain type of blush? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Help me out. And with that, guys, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.